Awakening the force within. Have you ever watched a man rise from nothing, yet somehow everything seems to gravitate toward him? Not by luck, not by charm, but because he is committed to growth when no one else is looking. Growth is not a gift, it's a choice, a daily battle fought in silence, and it precedes every form of wealth, influence, and legacy. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? Many men fail not because opportunity eludes them, but because they are unwilling to evolve. They hope for change without forcing it, waiting for the world to deliver without first proving they can handle more. The man who lasts, who multiplies success and sustains it over decades, is not growing for applause. He grows for purpose, for mastery, for fulfillment. Your growth begins internally. It demands that you confront your weaknesses, discipline your habits, and expand your capacity even when it is uncomfortable. This is not about instant gratification. It is about consistent action. Each day, ask yourself, did I grow today? Did I challenge myself beyond what was easy? Did I act with clarity, discipline, and intention? If the answer is no, then course correct immediately. Growth cannot wait. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. To cultivate it, you must measure everything: your hours, your habits, your energy, and your results. What gets measured gets managed. Without tracking your growth, you cannot control it. Surround yourself with individuals who challenge you, who push you to higher standards, who refuse to tolerate mediocrity. When you align your environment with your purpose, growth accelerates and excellence becomes expected, not exceptional. A man who grows daily builds identity, not just skill. He structures routines so powerful that motivation becomes irrelevant. He feeds his mind, protects focus, and starves fear. Growth becomes a lifestyle, an unshakable foundation upon which wealth, influence, and opportunity naturally appear. External rewards will arrive quietly, without warning, because they are reflections of the internal expansion you have forced upon yourself. Obstacles are inevitable, but they are not permanent. Resistance sharpens you, challenges refine your skills, and setbacks build patience. Each trial, each difficult decision, each uncomfortable day compounds into a stronger, more capable version of yourself. You do not chase success. You embody it. The universe aligns with those who relentlessly prepare, discipline, and expand their capacity. Every day presents a choice: drift with the crowd or advance through discomfort. The man who forces himself to grow does not rely on inspiration or applause. He rises while others sleep, trains when others quit, builds when distractions tempt. His actions are intentional, his focus unbroken, and his identity increasingly powerful. Growth is life. Without it, potential remains dormant, and dreams fade into regrets. You must confront internal resistance, the habits and beliefs that limit progress. Replace hesitation with action, fear with courage, distraction with focus. Each conquered weakness strengthens identity. Each disciplined choice compounds, expanding capacity and influence. This is the unseen labor of the man who will not settle for mediocrity. He earns his success daily, without excuse, without recognition, until external rewards naturally follow. Growth is cumulative, not instantaneous. It is the compound effect of repeated actions, disciplined routines, and internal evolution. No single effort creates lasting change. Daily victories, consistent discipline, and relentless refinement of character yield exponential results over time. Identity precedes outcome. The man who elevates himself internally will attract wealth, influence, and opportunity externally. Start today. Measure your habits, refine your focus, challenge your limits, and build routines that reinforce the man you are becoming. Surround yourself with growth-minded peers. Protect your energy. Attack fear with action. Replace excuses with execution. Each step compounds, shaping the man capable of handling more than he could yesterday. That the world responds to preparation. Doors open, opportunities align, and influence multiplies. Not because you chased it, but because you became the man capable of carrying it. Growth is a decision, daily, and the man who embraces it becomes magnetic to success, respected by peers, and unstoppable in his capacity to achieve. Ask yourself, who am I becoming? What must I do today to expand my potential? Which habit, thought, or action must I change to align with that vision? The answers shape the man who stands unshakable, disciplined, and powerful. Growth is life. Growth is identity. Growth is the invisible force that turns dreams into reality, potential into legacy, and hope into certainty. The discipline of relentless growth. You have forced yourself to grow. You have shown up when every fiber of your body begged you to quit. You have finished the race when the path was easier if you turned back. And now, quietly, power moves through you. Wealth follows men who commit to growth. Success chases them not because of luck, but because of value. The man who expands becomes magnetic. He is not just skilled, he is indispensable. A creator, a leader, a solution in a world of problems. People notice those who bring light. People pay for value. And the universe rewards certainty, not insecurity. Force yourself to grow. Become valuable. Money will follow not instantly, but steadily. Each effort compounds, shaping confidence, refining ability, and expanding influence. Discipline is built through hardship. Obstacles are not punishment. They are confirmation that you are serious. Each test, each challenge, each discomfort reinforces your capacity. Growth must be proven. And the man who hesitates when sacrifice is required will never reach the heights he dreams of. True growth demands discomfort, persistence, and unwavering commitment. Old habits, excuses, and limiting beliefs must be uprooted. Weakness is replaced with principle, chaos with structure, emotion with execution. The grind of greatness is not glamorous. It is invisible, silent, and often lonely. But those who embrace it rise and remain. They build inner character, the foundation for lasting success. External rewards, wealth, influence, freedom become byproducts, not the primary aim. You do not grow by chance. You grow by design. Daily decisions, repeated habits, and precise action accumulate. Each day ask, did I advance my mind? Did I refine my discipline? Did I act with purpose? Track your evolution. Measure your energy, focus, and results. Surround yourself with those who challenge you. Eliminate toxicity and guard your attention. Growth is non-negotiable, and alignment with your highest self is essential. The man who forces himself forward, even when inconvenient, does not rely on praise or approval. He acts as the man he wants to become. He speaks the words, adopts the standards, and embodies the posture of that man. Growth becomes identity. The old version suffocates in the new environment, leaving no room for excuses. Alignment with purpose creates opportunity. Luck is a byproduct of preparation. By becoming more capable, more disciplined, and more focused, the world begins to respond. Doors open not because of desire, but because readiness meets opportunity. The path is tested, but each step builds resilience, character, and capacity. Growth is not a one-time effort. It is daily, relentless, and continuous, even after success. The practice of growth must persist. Comfort is dangerous. Temptation follows momentum. Plateauing leads to decline. The man who rises but stops evolving will eventually shrink. Growth is both the path and the destination. It is the continuous practice of becoming more capable, more disciplined, and more aligned with purpose. The universe rewards those who prepare. Wealth, influence, and freedom are reflections of internal growth. To sustain and multiply success, evolution cannot cease. Each season requires deeper wisdom, greater patience, sharper focus, and heightened clarity. Internal expansion precedes external reward. Without ongoing growth, opportunities will exceed your capacity to manage them. Daily actions compound. Every moment you invest in refining identity, expanding capacity, and strengthening discipline moves you forward. Each obstacle overcome strengthens resilience. Each effort made without recognition reinforces self-worth. A man who grows consistently becomes unstoppable, magnetic to opportunity, and unshakable in his identity. You must ask yourself, am I expanding daily? Am I challenging myself to evolve? Am I pushing through discomfort to unlock greater capability? True growth requires relentless consistency, focus, and discipline. Wealth is not earned without first becoming worthy. Influence is not granted to those unprepared. Freedom does not arrive for those unwilling to master themselves. Force yourself to grow. Accept discomfort. Embrace discipline. Refine your identity. Remove limiting habits and beliefs. Surround yourself with growth-minded peers. Protect focus and energy. Build routines that reinforce excellence. Measure progress. Track your evolution. Align daily action with purpose. Daily, relentlessly, become the man capable of carrying this wealth, responsibility, and influence you desire. The man who embraces these principles transforms himself from ordinary to indispensable. He does not chase rewards. He becomes magnetic to them. Success flows to his preparedness. Recognition follows capability, and influence gravitates toward value. By committing to daily growth, he ensures that when opportunity arrives, he is ready to receive, manage, and multiply it. The measure of true expansion, true growth, never waits for applause. The man who sustains success acts for purpose. He rises daily, moves forward, and works even when unseen. Purpose is his compass. He grows to fulfill potential, serve his community, and lead his generation. Growth is responsibility and privilege intertwined. Progress must be measurable. Habits, energy, attitude, results track them. Ask daily, did I act with discipline, clarity, and intention? Correct misalignment immediately. Each hour compounds. Choices either build or erode the future. Environment shapes growth. Surround yourself with those who elevate and challenge you. Remove influences tolerating mediocrity. Among growth, excellence becomes expected. Feed your mind, protect focus, starve fear. Build routines so strong motivation is unnecessary. Ground identity and values so temptation cannot infiltrate. Success follows preparation. Wealth, recognition, opportunity appear after sustained internal expansion. The world rewards capability, not hope. Become more capable, disciplined, and aligned. Rise when others sleep. Work when others quit. Focus when distractions surround you. Daily action attracts opportunity. Peace emerges from mastery. The man who grows experiences calm power rooted in alignment, intention, and excellence. This presence attracts resources, allies, and opportunities. Destiny favors commitment, not comfort. Commit daily, unrelentingly. The comfortable self cannot manage greater responsibility. Growth requires discomfort. Replace weak habits, routines, and limiting beliefs with principle, execution, and structure. Each day is a chance to refine and expand. Consistency compounds. Push forward despite distractions to strengthen resilience and internal authority. Wealth and influence follow capability. Challenges reinforce capacity. Effort without recognition fortifies character. Daily growth makes the man undeniable. Presence signals readiness and value. Discipline governs action. Each habit, decision, and word must align with the man you intend to become. Speak his words, follow his schedule, adopt his posture, live by his standards. Growth cements identity. Old self suffocates, leaving no room for excuses. Alignment attracts opportunity naturally. Growth continues after success. Plateauing is dangerous. Evolution is the ongoing practice of becoming more capable, disciplined, and aligned. Each achievement tests capacity. Can you sustain character under scrutiny? Lead without ego? Serve without complaint? Build without permission? Track habits, hours, results, energy. Correct misalignment immediately. Progress is intentional. Expand daily to increase capacity, influence, and impact. Surround yourself with those who elevate standards. Avoid mediocrity. Excellence becomes the norm. Build routines to remove reliance on motivation. Reinforce values to block temptation. The man who rises daily, acts purposefully, and enforces standards becomes undeniable. Recognition arrives as preparedness meets opportunity. Wealth, influence, and freedom are side effects of consistent expansion. The universe responds to discipline, alignment, and readiness, ignoring hope and complaint. True growth produces internal power that radiates externally. Presence, energy, decisions, and focus attract resources. Success favors those who earn it through commitment and self-discipline. Daily expansion makes the man capable, magnetic, and prepared to multiply influence. Growth is rigorous. Eliminate limiting habits, sharpen focus, reinforce discipline. Daily practice aligns identity with intention. Each act compounds. Obstacles strengthen resilience. Growth becomes habitual. Identity shifts, and opportunity aligns naturally. The man who grows becomes unshakable. External success reflects internal development. Rewards confirm capacity, not luck. Wealth and freedom are evidence of deliberate, disciplined expansion. Growth is daily, measurable, relentless, and purpose-driven. Growth as a way of life. Growth is not a one-time act. Every season demands new levels of discipline, focus, clarity, and patience. Success is a test wrapped in reward. Can you maintain character under scrutiny? Can you lead without ego, serve without complaint, build without permission? Those who can sustain success. Those who cannot plateau or fall. Discipline is non-negotiable. The man who stops growing disqualifies himself from his next season. Every achievement requires stewardship. What you build must be maintained, protected, and multiplied. Pressure remains. The world tempts you to relax, to coast, to soften standards. Resist it. Internal growth precedes external reward. You must rise when the world sleeps, act when distractions call, focus when emotion demands retreat. Each act compounds into identity. A man who builds internally becomes unshakable, magnetic, and prepared for opportunities that others miss. Do not measure success by applause. Measure it by capacity. Greater influence demands wisdom. Bigger dreams require discipline. Expanded wealth requires responsibility. Growth is preparation for what is next. Each season tests whether you are ready. Eliminate mediocrity from environment, habits, and thought. Surround yourself with people and routines that elevate. Protect focus. Build identity on principle and values. Temptation has no room where standards are unbreakable. Growth is structured, intentional, and relentless. Maintain clarity and alignment. Thoughts, words, and actions must all point in the same direction. Misalignment produces stagnation. Alignment generates unstoppable momentum. The man who masters this becomes a force. Internal power radiates externally, influencing every interaction. Wealth, influence, and freedom follow capability. The universe responds to preparation, not hope. Opportunity aligns with readiness. Daily. Action builds internal authority. Consistency creates undeniable presence. The man who grows becomes the person to whom the world naturally entrusts success. Success is not an endpoint. It is a foundation for the next level. Each reward is a reminder that growth must continue. Plateauing is dangerous. Stagnation invites erosion. True leaders maintain upward motion through constant refinement, measured habits, and reinforced standards. Internal evolution becomes habitual. Obedience to discipline, alignment of values, and vigilance over environment ensures sustainability. Growth compounds silently until presence and results make it visible. The man who expands daily commands respect, influence, and opportunities without chasing them. This is the architecture of sustained excellence. Build routines that require no motivation. Cultivate identity grounded in principle. Remove weakness. With execution, chaos with structure, emotion with focus. Growth becomes life. External success follows naturally. The man who masters himself radiates peace. Peace rooted in clarity, alignment, and disciplined action attracts resources, allies, and opportunities. Commitment trumps comfort. Growth is daily, intentional, and purposeful. Rewards reflect internal mastery. Each day ask, where am I still? Small, what habits, thoughts, or excuses hold me back? Identify, eliminate, and replace them with discipline, action, and reinforce standards. Daily alignment locks in progress. Identity shifts. Opportunity aligns. Growth is a way of life, not a pursuit of reward. Build internally, act externally. Influence, wealth, and freedom arrive as consequences of capacity. Each act of discipline compounds into identity, presence, and preparation for the next season. The man who grows relentlessly does not coast. He does not wait for validation. Every day is a chance to expand capacity, refine character, and reinforce standards. Internal growth creates uncheckable external results. Discipline, environment, and mastery. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. Without it, potential remains latent. The man who grows daily understands that success is earned silently through repeated right action. Each small decision compounds. Each disciplined hour builds identity. Action becomes principle. Principle becomes habit. Habit becomes unstoppable momentum. Your environment either accelerates growth or stifles it. Toxic surroundings, negative influences, and tolerances for mediocrity dilute effort. Surround yourself with people who push, challenge, and elevate. You remove what tolerates average. Where excellence thrives, mediocrity suffocates. Energy follows focus, and attention follows alignment. Routine is the backbone of mastery. Motivation is fleeting, structure endures. Build systems that eliminate reliance on fleeting feelings. Establish rituals that reinforce your highest standards. Wake up early, plan deliberately, and execute with precision. Train body, mind, and character daily. Small wins compound into uncheckable competence. Accountability is essential. Track growth meticulously. Habits, time, energy, decisions, and outcomes must be visible. Measurement creates awareness. Awareness allows correction. Correction enables progress. Each day ask, did I act with clarity? Did I honor my purpose? Did I expand my capacity? If not, course correct immediately. Obstacles are confirmation, not punishment. Friction tests commitment. Hardship validates intention. The universe asks, how serious are you about becoming more? Many retreat when tested. The committed rise. Understanding that growth is forged in pressure, not comfort. Internal expansion precedes external reward. Wealth, influence, and recognition flow toward capacity, not hope. The man who grows becomes magnetic not through noise or bragging, but through presence, capability, and consistent output. Value is created internally, radiates outward, and attracts opportunity. Identity is formed in repeated action. Speak like the person you aspire to be. Hold posture, follow schedule, adopt standards, live values. Negotiate never with the lesser self. Reinforce new identity daily until old limitations suffocate in the environment you create. High standards leave no oxygen for excuses. Focus is a weapon. Eliminate distractions. Prioritize tasks with maximum leverage. Avoid reactive living. Every decision either advances or delays your growth. Consistency compounds faster than intensity. Momentum is created by daily alignment of thought, word, and action. Success is not for the passive. It favors those prepared to handle responsibility. Bigger assignments require more capable leaders. Greater wealth demands greater stewardship. Expanded influence necessitates refined wisdom. Each elevation tests the man's character and capacity. Embrace tension. Growth is uncomfortable. Discomfort signals progress. The old self cannot manage the new reality. Upgrade relentlessly. Dig deep. Remove limiting patterns, excuses, and habits. Replace weakness with principle, chaos with structure, inaction with execution. This is the grind of greatness. Every day matters. Every hour compounds. The man who respects time, energy, and standards accelerates growth. Daily action builds internal authority. Repeated right actions become habits. Habits shape identity. Identity commands the environment. Success is the natural byproduct of consistent internal alignment. Peace emerges from mastery. Peace is not absence of challenge. It is presence of capability. The man who has disciplined mind, body, and spirit navigates chaos without losing center. Calm becomes radiance. Confidence attracts resources, ideas, and alliances aligned with purpose. Presence becomes influence. Influence creates opportunity. Value attracts what the world calls success. Wealth follows discipline. Recognition follows preparation. Freedom follows responsibility. These are not goals. They are consequences of internal capacity. Focus on becoming more, and the external will respond naturally. The man who grows daily does not coast after minor victories. He refines, sharpens, and elevates continuously. Each season tests him differently. Plateauing is perilous. Growth must be intentional, constant, and measured. The disciplined action of today prepares for the rewards of tomorrow. Internal alignment is critical. Thoughts, words, actions, and emotions must converge. Misalignment produces stagnation. Perfect alignment generates unstoppable momentum. The man who achieves this becomes unshakable. External success aligns with internal authority. Identity commands opportunity. Alignment sustains achievement. Obstacles are tools, not barriers. Friction strengthens. Hardship sharpens. Resistance clarifies priorities. Each challenge is a signal. You are growing beyond your former limits. Most retreat at discomfort. The committed persist, understanding that enduring value is forged in the pressure of action. The path to mastery is daily, relentless, and disciplined. External rewards reflect internal evolution. Wealth, influence, and freedom arrive because you are prepared to manage them. Success is not given. It is claimed through consistent expansion of capability. Commitment, consistency, and long-term. Growth commitment is the fuel of transformation. Without unwavering dedication, growth falters. The man who rises understands that every day demands alignment with purpose, regardless of comfort or approval. He moves when others hesitate, speaks when others remain silent, acts when others procrastinate. Consistency compounds faster than bursts of effort. Daily practice reinforces identity. Repeated actions shape character. Each choice, each discipline, each hour invested constructs the foundation for long-term mastery. Momentum is built quietly, invisibly, yet it produces unmistakable results. Over time, growth is a continuous cycle. Internal expansion precedes external reward. Wealth, influence, and recognition flow to those prepared to carry them. The man who becomes indispensable is not motivated by applause. He is guided by principle. Value is created inwardly and radiates outward, attracting opportunity naturally. Measure and track everything. Habits, energy, focus, productivity, and results require visibility. Awareness enables correction. Correction enables growth. Each day ask, did I move closer to mastery? Did I honor my standards? Did I expand my capability? The answers dictate action, adjustment, and evolution. Obstacles are tests of resolve. Challenges are not punishments, but confirmations of progress. Hardship validates intention. Friction refines strength. Most retreat under pressure, but the committed rise, knowing that discomfort is the price of lasting success. Your environment shapes your trajectory. Surround yourself with those who elevate, challenge, and hold you accountable. Remove influences that tolerate mediocrity. Where growth thrives, excellence becomes expected. Mediocrity suffocates. Energy follows focus. Attention follows alignment. Identity is formed through repeated action. Speak as the person you aspire to be. Act as the person you intend to become. Adopt standards, values, and routines aligned with your highest potential. Do not negotiate with the lesser self. Reinforce your new identity daily until old habits and excuses have no place to survive. Focus is indispensable. Eliminate distractions. Prioritize tasks with maximum leverage. Avoid reactive living. Each decision either advances or delays your growth. Momentum is created by the daily alignment of thought, word, and action. Daily wins compound into mastery. Discipline is your foundation. Motivation is unreliable. Structure endures. Build systems that remove dependence on fleeting emotion. Establish rituals that reinforce your highest standards. Wake early, plan deliberately, execute precisely, and train body, mind, and character consistently. Peace emerges from capability. The man who masters himself navigates chaos without losing center. Calm becomes radiance. Confidence attracts people, resources, and opportunities aligned with purpose. Presence creates influence. Influence generates opportunity. Value attracts the rewards of the world. Wealth follows discipline. Recognition follows preparation. Freedom follows responsibility. These are not the pursuit, but the consequence of internal capacity. Focus on becoming more. The external will respond. Growth is continuous. Do not plateau after minor victories. Refine, sharpen, elevate. Each season tests differently. Internal expansion sustains external achievement. Alignment of thought, word, action, and emotion produces unstoppable momentum. Obstacles are instruments, not barriers. Resistance strengthens. Hardship clarifies priorities. Every challenge signals that growth is occurring. The committed persist, understanding that enduring value is forged through pressure, consistency, and disciplined action. The path to mastery is daily, relentless, and intentional. External rewards are reflections of internal growth. Success is not given. It is claimed through disciplined expansion of capability. Every hour, every decision, every action compounds. Mastery, influence, and legacy mastery is the natural result of disciplined growth. It is earned through repeated action, focused effort, and relentless refinement. The man who sustains success understands that every achievement is only a milestone on a longer journey. Each victory demands preparation for the next challenge. Complacency is the enemy. Improvement is a daily obligation. Influence is the extension of mastery. The man who has disciplined himself impacts those around him, not through force, but through example. His presence communicates authority and credibility. Others follow because they see the results of internal consistency. Influence flows to those who act with clarity, purpose, and integrity. Legacy is created when growth is consistent over years. The actions you take today determine the environment, opportunities, and standards for those who follow. A man who commits to growth leaves more than material success. He leaves a blueprint for others to emulate. The depth of his discipline becomes the foundation for enduring impact. The world rewards those capable of managing responsibility. Success gravitates toward preparedness. It does not linger with the unready. Wealth, freedom, and recognition are byproducts of a life lived with intentional growth. Every challenge faced, every discomfort embraced, every obstacle overcome adds to the man's capacity to handle more. Measurement remains essential. Track habits, routines, focus, energy, and outcomes. Awareness allows adjustment. Repeated adjustment strengthens identity. Growth is intentional. It is designed, not accidental. The man who grows deliberately gains an advantage over those who drift. Your environment shapes potential. Surround yourself with individuals who elevate, challenge, and hold you accountable. Distance yourself from mediocrity, negativity, and distraction. Excellence thrives where growth is expected. Mediocrity suffocates ambition. Energy aligns with focus, and influence aligns with presence. Discipline is non-negotiable. Structure and routine replace motivation. Create systems that enforce consistent action. Wake early, execute intentionally, plan methodically, and develop habits aligned with your highest potential. Discipline compounds faster than talent alone. Obstacles are confirmation, not punishment. Friction refines skill. Hardship tests resolve. The committed persist, knowing discomfort is essential for growth. Retreating under pressure prevents mastery. Embracing it produces enduring capability. Focus is essential. Protect attention. Eliminate distractions. Prioritize high-impact tasks. Avoid reactive patterns. Each choice either advances or delays progress. Momentum is created by alignment of thought, word, and action. Daily consistency compounds into mastery. Presence is power. A man who masters himself radiates confidence, clarity, and calm. His energy attracts aligned people, opportunities, and resources. Influence is a natural byproduct of internal growth. Wealth, recognition, and freedom follow capability, not hope. Growth is perpetual. Do not plateau. Refine, sharpen, elevate. Each season presents new tests. Internal expansion sustains external achievement. Alignment of thought, word, action, and emotion produces unstoppable momentum. Every challenge signals the opportunity to grow. The man who commits to growth daily becomes undeniable. Success is not sought. It responds to preparation, capability, and consistent action. Discipline, focus, and integrity compound over time, creating mastery, influence, and an enduring legacy. Sustained growth and the life of impact growth is not a phase. It is a lifestyle. A man committed to his evolution does not pause after success. He understands that each accomplishment requires new levels of discipline, focus, and wisdom. Bigger responsibilities demand stronger character. Greater opportunities require sharper clarity. The man who stops growing disqualifies himself from the next season of life. Every victory is a test wrapped in reward. The universe does not hand power to the unprepared. It asks, can you handle this without compromising your character? Can you lead without ego? Can you serve without complaint? Can you build without validation? The answers to these questions determine sustainability. Responsibility grows alongside opportunity. Success is not a peak, but a foundation. It is not a brief moment, but a new identity. Only the prepared thrive over time. The man who forces himself to grow until growth becomes instinct is the one the world recognizes. Make growth your way of life. Do not settle for comfort. Do not be satisfied with yesterday's achievements. Constant refinement, sharpening, and internal expansion are mandatory. Every day presents a new opportunity to access more of your potential, master more of your abilities, and give more to your surroundings. Growth is never complete. Wealth is not merely a reflection of earnings. It measures capacity. The man who grows internally will rarely remain poor externally. Discipline, clarity, and intentionality attract resources naturally. The universe honors those who act with commitment and ignores stagnation, laziness, and complaint. You are made to create, to rise, and to lead not arrogantly, but with principle. Those who have already forced themselves to change have proven something rare, that identity can be stretched, conditioning can be overridden, and higher selfhood can be accessed. Protect this growth. The world will attempt to pull you back. External forces may question your focus, intensity, or discipline. Ignore them. Listen to purpose, not comfort. Your mission requires persistence, not applause. Growth demands that you continue evolving until your former self is unrecognizable. And when you reach that level, give, teach, lead, be the example. Life lived in growth speaks without words. Presence demonstrates achievement. Decisions, treatment of others, commitment to promises, and daily discipline radiate power. This is personal power, the force that builds dynasties, turns vision into reality, and transforms dreams into legacy. Self-assessment is continuous. Identify where you are still small, shrinking, or restricted. Detect lingering beliefs, habits, or excuses. Replace them with discipline, deliberate action, and elevated standards. Reinforce these standards daily. Build habits that leave no room for distraction or mediocrity. Alignment is the hidden key to sustained success. When thoughts, words, emotions, and actions point in the same direction, the man becomes unshakable. Growth makes noise even in silence. Wealth is expected, not surprising. It appears because the man carries it through his presence, work, and influence. Never stop forcing yourself to grow, even when exhausted, discouraged, or believing you have won. Stagnation is death. Growth is life. Wealth and success are footprints of those who walk in persistent expansion. Step boldly, daily, forward. The man who honors his reflection will never lack. He knows he did not hope for greatness. He became it, and everything else naturally followed. Growth, mastery, influence, and legacy are not gifts. They are the results of deliberate, unyielding action.